button and it says preparing to live stream. Well, but Zoom says meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. So
I think Zoom's probably right. So hopefully we don't miss this intro.
We're in there.
On the live. We're in there. It says for sure that we're live.
It opened up on my screen. So we are live.
Hell yeah. Let's get it. So welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin and
it's Sean.
And we're live. Okay.
For the first time.
Let's try it out. Trying it out. So first of all, welcome to anyone who's not subscribed. Welcome to our subscribers and welcome to our patrons. Okay, you hear that? If you're a patron of your best friends, so you'll get 3 welcomes every time. Isn't that wild? And if you're a subscriber, you get 2. And if you're not a subscriber, get out. No, I'm kidding. Subscribe and you'll get 2 welcomes in the future. All right. We appreciate you being here. So that is my intro there for our live. How you been, Sean?
I'm all right. I'm going through, I think a couple weeks ago I mentioned this. My job likes to do these like week-long, day-long meetings every couple weeks of planning. I could do without that, but
yeah.
But besides that, I'm all right. I mean, it's just long, right? This week has been better than previous weeks, but like it's just long. You know, at the end of the day, I feel pretty taxed. But yeah, besides that, pretty good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I am getting over the sickness, this little cold or whatever I had. This is 2 colds in 1 cold season. All right. I better not get sick a single time next year. This is so, it's not fair.
Hopefully you don't get the flu or didn't have the flu or what or something.
I don't know. I have no idea. If I did, cool. I won't get it in a few months, you know. That would be really unfortunate if I got sick again. But anyway, it's just like sinus stuff now and sinus pressure. So I'm good. But my interesting thing of the week is that I've been potentially linking up with a pretty big influencer. I was telling you about it off camera. So if you want to hear about it, go check out the pre-show party on the Patreon. All right. So I think it's really exciting. It's not like super fun to talk about, like all the random details on a live right now, but I think it's cool. So it has a potential to be really sick as fuck, we'll just say.
I didn't think that's what you were going to say, but I'm glad you said it that way.
I didn't think I was going to say that either, but that's how I feel.
That's good. That's good. Speaking of influencers, we were about to talk about something off air. Do you want to talk about that now?
Wait, the thing that I said, let's not talk about it?
Wait. The thing that you shared on your story.
Oh, the thing I shared on my story with Dave Asprey? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, this links to the whole conversation I wanted to have with you about cryptocurrencies this past week.
Oh, word.
Okay, so let's get into it. So there's this company called FTX. Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah.
So they're huge. They did all kinds of sponsorships with like Tom Brady and Steph Curry. So like huge, major time athletes. They sponsor or like whatever the name of the Miami Heat arena, which there's a really funny story about that. We're not going to talk about on the podcast because it's not appropriate, but there's a certain company in a certain industry that's trying to bid. I really want to talk about it, but we shouldn't.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
It's really funny.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'll show you later. We'll talk about it next week. Anyway, FTX, they're like a cryptocurrency trading they're like a broker house for cryptocurrencies. So like you can hold your crypto there, you can buy and sell it. And just for everyone to be clear, Sean and I have been saying that please don't buy this shit for like forever, like ever since forever. If you are about to make a gamble with like $20 or $100, dude, you go for it. But if you're about to put your life savings, like many people have, into Bitcoin or even worse, like Dogecoin, or there's all kinds of ridiculous ones that are completely worthless.
Not to dunk on blockchain either. Like that's an incredibly like useful and
you're correct,
interesting technology. That's not a dunk on blockchain. It's just like you can't say blockchain is amazing and it has all these, you know, good, you know, it could be good in the future for X, Y, and Z. Therefore, buy cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? Like it's just not a reason to buy cryptocurrency.
Yeah. I think that cryptocurrencies are good for the world moving forward. And I think they're going to benefit the world moving forward because of the technology that is within them and what they run on. I think instant settlement, like what Bitcoin is promising, would be amazing. But we're not there yet. Okay. Number one. Number two, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is not going to be the thing that allows us to achieve this. All right. And trading these things as assets, worst idea ever. Just my personal opinion. Anyway, it's not just my personal opinion because
let's go.
So many of these companies have gone under, bro. And it's like snap of a fingers, supposedly, because they get hit with these liquidity crunches, meaning they have the assets supposedly to cover all their debts and all their liabilities as it relates to funding customers back their own money. And then a cryptocurrency that they own heavily will go down. And now they either can't sell it because there's too much selling pressure and not enough buyers. Because when you dump shares of a stock or cryptocurrency onto the market, you're dumping that and someone else has to pick that up, right? So if there's no buyers while there's all the sellers, you get to a point where you can't liquidate, especially these big blocks, like tons and tons of money. It's not a snap of a fingers that you can move billions of dollars in and out. Anyway, so that's happened to multiple firms over the last few months. And the most recent one was FTX. So there's this billionaire who's apparently like the world's most generous billionaire. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. And
what a name.
I can't remember the exact timeline off the top of my head, but let's just say about a week ago, dude was like, yeah, we're good, because there was this little hit piece put out, and this hit piece said FTX is about to go under. Here's why. And he was like, no, we're fine. Like, everything's good. We're perfectly capitalized. We've raised this much money. We're in a great spot. We have the assets. And then about a day later, it was like, hey guys, FTX International is probably going to go under. And then a day later, FTX International files for bankruptcy. But they were like, don't worry, guys, FTX US, which is our US branch, you're good. You're fine. You can move your money in and out. You can still take your deposits and withdrawals. We're good. And then like either that day, later the day, or the next day, the FTX US files for bankruptcy as well. And it turns out that the company was using customer funds to funnel into another company that wasn't a subsidiary, completely different corporation. So that's wrong on two bases, because they weren't accounting for this. Like, literally, an accountant was not overseeing the fact that they were moving money from one company to another company that was not a subsidiary. And then two, they were taking, like, if you and I put money in there, they were taking our money and sending it to another company. And that other company was doing like very risky cryptocurrency trades and like going into like DeFi and all this stuff that I truly don't even want to understand and don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's horrible. Fraud allegations, talking about prison time for this guy, And then right when this happens, there's a company called like Genesis or something like that just went bankrupt like 2 days after that because of
it's all crumbling.
The FTX.
It's all crumbling at this moment.
It's going to happen. And then there was this company called Voyager Digital. They were like the cryptocurrency partner of the Dallas Mavericks. And Mark Cuban was like, Voyager Digital is the best. They went bankrupt like 2 months ago. Oh my God, it's so bad. And like BlockFi did the same thing. And it just seems like all the bricks are falling.
Anyway, how unfortunate for a technology like blockchain, and how applicable I think it could
bad,
be.
Man.
It's just going to give it a bad rep. Like
With all that said, I've got a really funny meme for you. Okay, I was going to show you this meme earlier. Bro, I can't share. Only the host can share.
Oh,
constant. Anyway,
well, it's better.
No, it's now. Okay. Oh, it's better. We're fixed.
It's
okay.
Better now. We're fixed.
All right. Let me. Let me share my screen here. All right. So
like we have Nathan, Marty, and Chris B listening right now. Thank you guys for listening.
Before we look at this meme, okay, this is brought to you by cloudmusicsuite.com. All right. Anyway, you're home for Pies Music. All right. Let's go over to here. I'm just so excited for this meme. Okay. All right. So hexagon, 5. That's the CEO, by the way. Hexagon, 6 sides. Octagon, 8 sides. My money gone. Sam Bankman-Fried. So yeah, people aren't able to get their money back. It's gone forever. And dude, you
That's
know who
pretty
Kevin
good.
O'Leary is?
Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah, you know who that
Yeah,
is?
the name sounds
Mr.
familiar.
Wonderful from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that guy was like all about FTX. He's like, it's the best. I have my own money there. I'm invested in the company.
Oof.
Bro, this was the same guy who 2 years ago, we're gonna get off the financial talk in a second, but 2 years ago, he was like, show me the cash flow. If it doesn't cash flow, I do not invest. And that means it has to be a profitable company and it probably has to be a dividend payer in order for him to buy it.
Yeah.
Now he's buying cryptocurrency and he's
Bro.
buying into this FTX platform that goes
What
bankrupt.
a pivot.
Like what a sellout, because I'm sure they were paying him stupid racks.
Yeah.
Because this company, that's what they were good at. They were good at just paying people stupid racks and doing these big sponsorship deals, like with Tom Brady and like with Steph Curry, like I was talking about. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, man. Money talks, I guess.
I guess so, man.
But all the biggest like finance YouTubers got caught up into this shit too.
Yeah.
Really funny. Here's a word to the wise, okay? If you're gonna invest money, two things. One, don't invest money that you were supposed to save. Okay, saving and investing are two different things. Number two, how about you buy some stocks instead of cryptocurrency?
Like real assets.
Yeah, like real assets that actually have real backing, and like real company and real intellectual property and real revenue and real earnings.
With a real history,
property, plant, and equipment,
use as a strategy,
and an actual balance sheet and an actual cash flow statement.
Yes.
That's all I got to say about that.
You heard it here first from Austin Thompson.
This is brought to you
YouTuber
by Homebiotic. Okay.
Oh, you got really slow for me for a second.
Am I back?
Yeah, you are back.
This is brought to you by Homebiotic. All right. Natural probiotic for your home. If you got any wet areas in your house or your apartment or your hut or your RV or your cardboard box, if you live in California, then you should spray it with some Homebiotic. And, make sure that you don't breathe in any mold spores you don't need to, because this stuff's going to outcompete that mold. Okay, that bacteria is going to outcompete that mold.
We like that.
Link in the description for that.
Speaking of Dave Asprey, True Dark glasses. Ooh. We are also affiliated by True Dark, which is a company that Dave Asprey started. And yeah, if you have trouble getting to sleep at night or staying asleep, you should invest in some blue blocker glasses so that you can block all blue light and be able to get.
Wait, you have to wear them.
You do have to wear them. You don't
just have to. You can't just buy them.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna put on my yellow ones, my not as dark ones.
Yeah,
so I don't get too sleepy.
Mine are over. I keep saying this every week. Okay, every week I say mine are over there.
Mine are over there.
Right, mine are over there. If I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, wear you some blue blockers. Definitely a good investment. Especially if you're gonna look at your phone before you go to bed.
Yes.
Link for about an hour, somewhere around there. Yeah. Love it. All right. You got an article for us, Sean?
I do. But first, a riddle.
Oh, a riddle.
I got something new for you. I'm gonna hit you with a riddle.
I can't believe it.
If you can give me an answer this week, and it is, well, hold on. Let's think about it. How do we want to do this? If you give me the right answer this week, I'll tell you. But if you don't, we'll wait a week and you'll see if you give me the right answer, and then I'll give the answer.
I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. Okay.
Maybe I'll reveal it at the end of that episode.
Give me the riddle.
We'll see. Oh, are you there? I lost you for a second. Okay. Sick.
I'm here.
All right. A man finished painting his house and went to the hardware store to buy an unidentified item in order to finish the job. The cashier said that the item was $1 for $1, and the man replied, "I need 600. Here's $3. What was the item in question?
Oh my God. All right. $1 for $1. Yeah, dude. I have to sit on this. Can you just say it one more time for us?
Yeah. I'll give it to you. A man finished painting his house and went to the hardware store to buy an unidentified item in order to finish the job. The cashier said that the item was one for $1, and the man replied, "I need 600. Here's $3." What was the item in question?
I don't know. I think it was like a box of nails, box of 200 finishing nails.
That's a good guess. It's a good guess.
It's not it.
No.
All right. Well, okay. We'll sit on it for a
We'll
week.
sit on it. If anyone is listening right now, put it in the chat. Put your answer in the chat.
Oh, can we see the chat? Can we see the live chat? Let's see.
I have it pulled up. We got Nathan said talk about it, in reference probably to the thing that you said you didn't want to talk about on the live stream. And then,
oh, dude, you want to talk about it on the live stream? This is gonna get saved. Okay, it's really really inappropriate, but it's been all over the news.
All right.
He said talk about it. Where I can't see the chat. Why can't I see the chat?
I don't know. Also, there's a big Zoom watermark on our YouTube.
Oh, that's
stream,
so
that's
gross.
Unfortunate.
That's
pretty
so
unfortunate.
Gross. So I just have to click on it on my phone, I guess.
Yeah.
And then just see. Oh, it says talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. And then Chris says boo.
Boo. All right. I'm gonna talk about it. All right.
All right.
Okay, I've been peer pressured. So that FTX arena, you're about to die, bro. There's been a bunch of companies. They took the FTX logo down off of the Miami arena because the company went bankrupt and they probably committed fraud on multiple levels. So good on them for taking it down. One of the top bidders, and I think they've put in their third bid. I saw some article about it. Is an adult film company called Bang Bros. Okay, so they want to have the Bang Bros Center, aka the BBC Arena. Isn't that so ridiculous, bro? That would be, if it happens anywhere, it'll be Miami. It'll be Miami.
Yes,
like nowhere,
Miami
everywhere else would have shut this down in an instant. Like it wouldn't have even in any city other than Miami. But bro, if that happens, dude, that's gonna be so legendary. What a meme! Like, good God,
dude, how have I not seen this on the news?
I don't know.
That'd be amazing.
That would be so fucking funny. Anyway, so it would be the Miami Heat BBC Arena. Hosted at the BBC Arena. Jesus Christ.
That's so unfortunate.
It is so unfortunate. Anyway, that's why I wasn't going to talk about it. You can see why.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Nathan says yes, yes, yes.
I feel like I did a good job.
We delivered.
I kept it, I kept it.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. Anyway,
amazing.
Terrible. Horrible. Not amazing. Disgusting. But really funny. So let's get into your article, Sean. All right. And I'm gonna hit up a factor fib.
Oh yeah, get us a factor fib going.
Oh, are you ready for the factor fib?
Oh, after or before?
Oh, I don't care, man. You tell me.
Well, let's start with this.
Oh,
that's right. It's your home for Prime Music. Let's go to copymusicsuite.com. Anyway.
Heck yeah.
I got a light one for you. Texas homeowner says hooker ghosts have taken over rental property. They're trying to stir up business.
What does that even mean? They're trying to stir up business.
Let's get into it. A Texas woman made a spooky discovery about her rental home in Gainesville after several renters claimed it was haunted. Linda Hill, owner of Hill House Manor, told Jesse Waters Primetime Monday she was taking a shower when she heard someone say, "Looking good."
Oh,
I thought it was my husband. I mean, he and I were the only ones in the house, she said. However, it was not her husband making the comments. It was a ghost, she added. I spoke to him, he told me I was looking good. I said, thank you. And I asked him what he'd been doing that day. And we had a conversation and he left. He'll explain. She added that she believes the home has many different types of ghosts. We got kids and we've got old people, old guys, and we've got hookers.
I spoke to him, he told me I was looking good. Is that the ghost she's talking about?
I don't know. I think she was in reference to her husband, but this is a really weird.
Thank you. And I asked him what he had been doing that day, and we had a conversation and he left. Who is she talking about?
I don't know.
If she's talking about the ghost, dude, come on. This lady's insane.
I spoke to him, he
She's
told
out
me
of
I
her
was looking
skull.
good. I said, thank you. And I asked him what he had been doing that day, and he had a conversation, and he left. Well, that must be what's happening, because they've got kids, old people, old guys, and hookers that are ghosts in this house, apparently.
Jesus Christ, this lady's off her rocker, bro.
The most common type of ghost that comes around are hookers, Hill claimed. Male renters, she said, have told her that they have felt somebody stroking their face, stroking their arm, or touching their shoulder.
I thought that was going to go way somewhere else.
Yeah, no. Host Jesse Waters quipped that the good thing about a hooker ghost was that you do not have to pay it.
My God.
That's tough.
What?
That's
Jesse,
tough,
what
Fox.
Are you doing, Jesse?
That's tough, Fox News. I don't know about that one.
Yikes. You went there. She said, that's right.
That's right. She said yes, and it feels like I'm reading an improv bit. They try to stir up business, but they can't figure out a way to conclude the transaction, so nothing ever happens. The Hill House Manor owner said a ghost did follow a renter home one time, but eventually got tired. She said she told the man to tell the ghost to come home. They did. She came back up here. The rental home reportedly has been a popular spot in response for paranormal investigators staying the night to figure out the alleged phenomena. So that's pretty much it. I read the title and I laughed. And I read the first sentence and I laughed. So I was like, I need to dig into this. She's
in a weird spot.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's a weird one. Fox News. And this woman probably,
needs some assistance. Yeah, she's hearing things. She's seeing things.
Hearing things, talking to dude. Whoa, where am I going?
Oh no.
This is a weird one. I spoke to him, he told me I was looking good.
Why do you say I don't know. No, I never spoke
to him,
they're not real.
So that's gonna be my question. How do you feel about ghosts?
That's okay. Come on now. How do I feel about ghosts?
I mean, I know, but I just.
What do you mean? There's not. Okay, no.
Okay.
No such thing as ghosts. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah. All right.
No,
that's it.
No. That's it. That's all. I didn't know if you had more thoughts, but yeah, there are no ghosts.
I see your FTX Google search over there. I see that.
Oh yeah, I love to look up FTX.
Did you? Okay, dude. The CEO. Last thing I'll say about FTX. The CEO has been on this like Twitter rampage, just like Elon Musk. Seems like a out of touch CEO thing to do.
Sounds like a CEO move.
Because I guess they don't want to do anything else. Anyway, he's so delusional, and he's just like, yeah. I'm sorry, I messed up. What, guys? What? It's just fraud. God. Like, I just stole your money. It's okay.
Yeah, the weird CEO thing of like thinking that they're a celebrity that has fans that will die with them. Like that's not how CEOs work.
Like
that's not how companies work. Like you fuck people over.
Break the company, you fuck people over. They're gonna be like, "Are you kidding me? Fuck you!" Yeah. And he's surprised, bro, that he's having quote private conversations with people and they're publishing it. No shit, you just committed fraud to like the largest magnitude since Bernie Madoff. Like, yeah, they're gonna publish it, bro. Oh my God.
I was talking to this is somewhat related. I was talking to a coworker today. It was either today or yesterday. And he like brought up a point that for some reason as a software engineer I never considered. Twitter is so big, like of a company with so many employees. It's the simplest platform ever. Like,
yeah.
Like what all does Twitter I can't even think. Like what all does Twitter own?
Twitter.
That's it.
They're
right?
one trick pony, bro. They're
that's
one trick pony.
Okay. So like I was like Facebook's got like meta projects going and like got a bunch of
Facebook's got Oculus, they've got Instagram, they've got WhatsApp,
Facebook's like
got a lot.
Twitter's just Twitter and it's one feed and it's like I can't.
Yeah, and it's not like they've gone into the shorts or live, like they haven't done anything with that. It's literally been almost the same since I stopped using it, like years and years and years and years.
Yeah, like they've added like a character count, and that's all I can think of as like big updates, and that's what people are freaking up. Yeah, exactly.
Who are these software engineers, and what is their job?
Like, do they just sit around writing algorithms all day for like hashtag? I don't know. It's really weird. I was thinking about that. I was like, how is they so big for such a simplistic like I could like obviously it's more than this. Like scalability is a thing, and being able to take on the infrastructure amount of people that they have, that's a big thing. But I could make Twitter. Like, it's not like it's just a feed of posts going into a database and being able to like display it on the screen. Like, it's not difficult. That's what from blogs are from a technical coding standpoint. Yes. Obviously, it's more complex than that, and you got blue check marks, and you got to worry about scalability,
and you got $8 a month that you got to pay for.
Yeah, you got $8 a month. Like, you just bought Twitter, and it's like, oh, what are you gonna do? So,
no, I hear you.
Anyway, that was interesting. Nathan Marty says, definitely offer Rocker. Hey, at least he was polite. So,
who was polite? The ghost?
Yeah, looking good. You know what I mean?
Very yeah, I love to hear it. I got distracted by a text. All right.
No, you're good.
I'll put my phone down. All right, you ready for your fact or fib?
I am ready for my fact or fib.
Okay. Centipede. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you love bugs, so
I fucking hate bugs. That's what I was thinking about. I was just like, damn, you're hitting me with a bug one. I'm definitely
not so he's gonna be very fight or flight because he hates bugs. Yeah, that's tactics funny. Here. Centipede always has exactly 100 legs, unless something tragic happens with it, like gets in an injury or whatever. And that's why they call it a centipede. Because century, centipede prefix kind of means 100. Always has exactly 100, unless there's some kind of like it gets in a fight and loses one or something like that.
I actually have no idea. I think I would imagine there has to be centipedes that like were, they don't have 100, like not from the reasons that you said. I'm going to say fib.
Here's a reminder. Every bee and every ant and every beetle has how many legs? Do you know?
6.
Okay. Right? So why do you think there would be variance in a centipede?
I don't know. I see what you're doing.
I'm giving you food for thought.
You're posing. I mean, it's a good question, right? I mean, like, are we still accounting for like biological like variation?
In what sense?
Well, like, there are humans out there that were born with 4 fingers, not 5. You know what I mean? Are we like discounting that?
Little genetic
Okay. That's helpful because that's where my brain went first. I'll say fact.
Sorry, ignoring genetic mutations. It is not a fact. You were right.
Damn it! You got my ass. Damn it! That is so unfortunate. He talked me out of it.
Yeah, that was a good. That was a good one though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
To give you I was like, I got his ass here.
You cornered me.
It's okay.
Wait, so like, what's the centa in reference to?
It was seen that they had a lot of legs, and someone said it was probably like 100.
Gotta be 100 at least.
Gotta be 100, bro. Yeah, no, it's not 100. Yeah. So
Nathan Marty says, I feel like this is a trick question, and centipedes don't actually have 100 legs to begin with. So he saw through it. I didn't.
Saw through it.
Unfortunately. Dang. Well, that was a good one. That was very good. Just checking in on the riddle. You got an answer?
No, bro.
Oh, okay.
Dude, do we have super chat available to us on our?
I don't know. I don't think so. Is that something that we have to do? Hey, Nathan Marty, our top listener on YouTube right now. Do you want to just pay us a little donation?
I don't even know.
It might be one of those things you unlock.
Yeah, you're probably right. You know how YouTube does it. Yeah.
Because they do the thing where you can't like post or whatever. So That's interesting. Apparently, we're brought to you by Zoom because this huge watermark on Zoom.
Not loving that.
Go get yourself some Zoom, I guess.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say some blue blockers.
Yeah, go get yourself some True Dark blue blockers. I was looking over at the feed, and you just did this. Like, wow.
Wow. Oh my God. Funny. He said you delivered the BBC. Yikes. All right. Oh, yikes. Anyway. What's your thoughts of the week here, Sean? What's your thoughts of the week?
Oh, I do have a thought of the week, actually. I was buying tickets to a concert in February. Shout out to my big, gigantic fans. I'm so stoked they're coming to Charlotte.
Dude, I'm a big, gigantic fan.
He did it.
That's funny. I said what I said. Okay. And I mean it.
He means it to his core. I bought some tickets, concert tickets, and I was at the checkout, and it said like, this is, I think it was like $35 for the ticket. And then it said like, plus a $13 service fee. And I was like, whoa,
that's
$13 service fee. I was like, what is going on? And the person that I was around when I was doing this, she was like, why don't they just include that in the price? And then I spiraled. I started talking about, I went down a rabbit hole. It kind of turned into a rant. So it's very possible that this turns into this. That's how I feel about tipping.
Oh,
I like my immediate thought when she said that was like, man, like tipping is that like it started out as a way to reward service, right? It's like if a server is being very personable, moving very quickly, you know, like the kitchen messed up my order, she went back and fixed, you know, whatever it may be, like service is really good. You tip them for their service. You say, I paid this amount of money for my steak or burger or whatever it is, and I'm going to give you this extra amount of money that I want you, the human that I've been interacting with, to pocket. It spiraled into an expectation that you tip for service, which again, I'm still pretty okay with that. And then it got to the point that wages were decreased due to the expectation of tipping. And then because of the expectation of tipping, it got to the point that tipping was put into a pool and spread out among, like, you know, everybody that's working. So not even just the person that you're tipping for their service. So now you're paying for two separate things that could just be morphed into one thing. Like, we've lost the plot. Like, I've never understood like this weird like progression of tipping and like where it's got to at this point, and this weird expectation of like it's gone to like coffee shops too. Like, have you ever been to a coffee shop and like you pay and they turn the iPad around and it's like $1, $2, $3 tip and you can press the button? It's like,
yeah, it
didn't start out this way. Like, you walked 3 feet that way and poured some coffee that was pre-made into a mug, and now I feel pressured to press the $1, $2, $3 thing. Like, I mean, I'm not hating, but like, it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, that is your job.
No, I agree with you. So
I might make some enemies with this position, but that's how I feel.
No. Okay, hold on. So if you made some enemies just now, they're not being logical. They're being emotional. All right. So everything that you said makes full, clear sense. I can follow the lines that you're drawing, and I'm with you fully. That said, I think if we were to, if I was, I don't know, president of commerce or whatever, I would say you can't pay servers $2 an hour anymore. You can't do that, because I would probably call you and be like, yo, come explain it to people, you know?
Yeah.
Because you did a great job just now. And yeah, they just need to be paid like normal. And if there is a disbursement of whatever, it just needs to be, when you get your bill, a certain percentage is added, and you know that certain percentage probably ahead of time before you go to that restaurant. They're like, hey, we do 20% gratuity, you know, and you have to, which means your meal is going to be 20% more. And then you just split that up amongst the servers, just like it is now, and the bartenders. And then any cash tips still go to the individual that you wanted to tip. Yeah, so I agree with you. I'm fine with the system as it stands right now, but it should be included in the bill already.
I will
And then
say
if you
I don't
want
even
to
think
tip,
that.
I want a way to be able to tip that individual. And the only way I can do that right now is with cash, but I don't always have cash. And I'm not going to always go to the ATM to get cash. So I want to just like Cash App you or Venmo you or something, or like, whatever you want. But I don't like whenever I have someone who's really doing a great job and, helping wait or whatever you want to call it, serve our table. I want to be able to give them that money. And the only time I'm able to do that, like I said, is when I have a bill. So, around holiday time, we like to do like a bigger bill for a few different occasions where like go to a restaurant. It's like, if this person was great, we're just going to give them like a fat tip. That's still super sick. And that person gets all that money. But if I was
Yeah.
to put that on the card, if I was to put, however much money tip on the card, then now it's being split up between all the people. I didn't want to do that. No, I agree with you. I'm just speaking on what you were speaking on. I'm ready to speak on that.
I'm ready to speak on that. Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, but the thing that I get caught up with what you just said is like, if we're gonna do the check and then you say it's a 20% gratuity, like no matter what, it's like, why isn't that just the price of my burger? You know what I mean? Like I understand it would be probably to make the price look lower, but
no, I
like
don't think so.
if the
I
tipping
think
culture didn't exist, then this wouldn't be a problem. You know what I mean? People would just get paid and
sure.
my burger would be a little bit more expensive than it is now. But like,
Yeah, maybe, but hold on. From an accounting perspective, I bet it's way easier to add that 20% on top. If it was flat 20% gratuity across the board and you have to and it's required, then that company knows that 20% of all the revenue that they earned that night, they can do a quick
goes,
calculation very easily. And then, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
I'm sure there's a way around that, but that would be my argument for it. If I was a restaurant owner, which I'd never want to be, but if I was a restaurant owner, that would be my argument for that
I mean, the
style.
logic is there. Listen, so the way I look at this is like, I think this is a consumer problem, not an employee problem, because like I mean, it could be an employee problem too, but like if you think about the people who are getting paid, $2.50, $3 an hour in positions where they're getting tipped, one, that's bullshit. But two, they're rolling in it. Like that, like realistically speaking, they are rolling in it. I've talked to a lot of people who are in those positions and their average night is like stupid for a service job. It's a lot of money. So really what it is it's like you come in, like I try to put myself in the perspective of somebody who doesn't go out very often, saves their money a lot, and decides, hey, I want to treat myself to a dinner. They look at the menu, they see the prices, and it's like they feel this weird tension of like, I can afford this, but also I feel this weird expectation that I need to tip, but the tip's just going to go to the whole restaurant. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, can I afford this? I don't know. It just seems like a really weird thing that doesn't necessarily have to exist.
Sure. I wanted speaking of making enemies, I wanted to combat you on something.
Word.
I think at high end restaurants, nice steakhouses, yes, servers can make very good money, specifically somewhere that serves like wine. All right. You can make,
Yeah.
when I say very good money, I mean, I've heard, I haven't seen account statements or anything, but I've heard at some of these nice steak restaurants and stuff like that. Number one, it's extremely hard and it's cutthroat as fuck to be a server. And you have to like act a certain way, and it's not an easy job. But I've heard stories of people who make somewhere between 80 and 120 on an annual basis just from doing that. That's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild.
Just from, and their schedule is like, it's
Yeah, and to
night
be clear,
nights only.
I don't want to say it's easy. Like it's not
No.
it's
I'm not saying you were saying it's easy. I agree. It's not easy, but I think other than that, like just like regular old service work. Okay. I always hear this as well. Like people are like, oh, I make like, great money in tips. I think that's like one time every now and then that happens. Or just on the weekends. They're like, yeah, I make 200 a night from tips. First of all, not hating on anyone, but 200 a night, not that much. Even if you were getting it every single night, sure, they're not though. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not happening, and the physical labor that they're doing in order to make that happen, not worth it. The stress that they have to be put through, not
That's
worth
true.
it.
And
That's
it's
my
also very
opinion.
it is uncertain, right? Like there are some people
It
that
is
aren't going
extremely
to, and
uncertain.
then you don't know how
And
many
there's
people
some
are
people
going
that
to tip.
just suck at service jobs and they get stuck in them and then they're like broke, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not a good situation at all. But I think they feel as though they need to uphold this kind of like standard where it's like, well, I get that tip money, you know? And then they tell you their best few days, their best few nights. And it's like, okay. Like what am I supposed to say when they tell me that? Like, no, you don't. I'm not gonna like combat them if they told me that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, really though?
Just
You
seems like a
sure? Seems like a weird flex.
yeah, that's fair.
In general, people who tell me, like, I'm not going to ask you how much you make from your tips. I don't care.
Yeah.
Unless I know
Typically,
you
like
very well.
the person I think about, and he's a mutual friend of ours, works at a brewery, and like the brewery's not I mean it's a pretty big brewery for the area, but it's not like, New Belgium or anything like that. But it sounds like
Yeah.
every night that he works, he gets close to that $200 to $300 mark, like pretty consistently. And so that's when I think about like, okay, like you told me your wage, and it's like that sucks. But then it's like you hear that, and it's like, well, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good gamble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a pretty good gamble. And if it's consistent, and I'm not saying everyone's like lying or inflating the numbers.
No, sure, yeah,
I just get worried about that.
that's fair. No, that's a good point, and I
Because
see
I
what
think
you mean.
people need to feel like if someone talks about money, I feel like they feel like they need to put up a certain wall, because
Yeah,
someone's going
I'll
to
give you that.
judge them either positively or negatively. We had a very similar conversation about this. Like if
Yeah,
they say if they really are making like 500 a night every night, and then if they tell someone that, now someone's like, oh, you got that money. It's like, no, like shut the fuck up. I don't want to associate with you anymore
yeah,
because I don't want them to judge me for the money I got. And then if they're only making $30 a night, then they're going to get judged on the other side of that. Or even if they say 250, someone's like, only 250. And then you're like, hey, you know what? Fuck you. It's
yeah.
just, I don't know. It's just such a bad idea to talk about specific numbers, in my opinion.
No, that's fair. That makes sense. It's like a weird one-upsmanship or
Yeah.
expectation to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my thought of the week. I don't know. I think it's a weird culture, personally.
Yeah.
And probably
And
unnecessary.
look, hold on. Just to speak
I
on that. Okay, Nathan says that's big facts. I know people who make almost twice as much as me with a starting wage that is several dollars lower than mine. Okay. Show if someone's gonna say that or you're gonna learn that specific information about someone and you're like curious to know, I'm always curious to know, first of all, whether people are telling the truth or not about anything. It doesn't matter what it is. But that
Sure.
one in particular, I would literally be like, show me your tax returns. If they said like, yeah, I make twice as much as you and I have a lower starting wage, I'd be like, first of all, what the fuck are we talking about right now? Second of all, if that's true, show me your tax returns. I bet it's not true. Because think about this. If there's 2 nights where they make double as much as you, and there's 2 nights where they make half as much as you, then the average is the same as you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. That's all
I
I
will
got to say
say
about
there's
that.
an element of it that's pretty that I like the idea of, and it's the fact that people are going to be rewarded for the good work that they do, which I generally feel
Yes.
like, commission-based work is like, the people are working hard. They're doing, a good job, so they deserve the money. That being said, it, gets diminished when all of that money that gets tipped at the end of the night gets split up among everybody when I was targeting you as
For
the
sure.
waiter or waitress or bartender.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I also think people get stuck in it because they'll have like a bad week or something or a bad 2 weeks. And then they're like, well, this next day could be the day that I have that $500, $600
That's
day
true.
in tips. And it's like this gambling little carrot that gets dangled in front of them.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're like, well, I got to stay because what if my next shift is like, da, 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 da. So it's like this, it's like a carrot that gets.
So it's a
dangled.
balance, right? At what point do you leave because you realize that it's not you, it's the restaurant. It sucks, and the kitchen and the food or whatever.
I don't know, or the area, even
or the
certain
area.
areas. Like I think I know who you were talking about when you were talking about that person a second ago. That area that person's in is very nice. Very nice. And that plays into it as well. Someone who has more money is more likely to give you a nice
wealthier
tip.
area.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Anyway, all right. Well, that was a long rabbit hole we went down.
Yeah, I know. It just kind of
I like it.
I ran earlier, but it's good.
I like it.
Sick.
All right. Well, now I gotta have a good thought of the week, man. I gotta have a good one. we're on live for the first time. This is
That's true. Hey, if you're watching right now, you know what you should do? You should like this video. You should leave a comment. Nathan Marty's throwing out heaters out here. So you should talk to him in the chat.
Say, hey, shut up and let us.
I hate you.
Else have some chat, okay?
I want to chat.
That's how you feel. Tell him that. No, don't.
And report him. No, don't do that.
He's a nice guy. Okay.
I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to say something.
Well, you don't really need one because I got my thought of the week. Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
It's a weird one.
Okay.
And it could be a long one or it could be a short one, and I'll try to be as transparent as possible. I think maybe this is just my own perception, and maybe this is like an ego thing that I got to work on. But it seems as though, and you tell me if this seems true from your perspective, and that'll help me determine if this is an ego thing or not an ego thing. Everyone seems so worried about what I look like. And I mean my hair, I mean my facial hair, I mean the facial expressions I make, I mean the clothing I wear, I mean the way I wear the clothing that I wear, I mean the jewelry that I wear, I mean if I have a necklace on. It is always talked about. If what I do with my socks, you know what I'm saying? Like it's every little detail about my appearance. The fact that I have an earring, it's always talked about. And it's like, why does everyone feel the need to worry about what the fuck I look like? I think. So first of all, tell me if you think that is an accurate analysis, or am I just a fucking insane, crazy man?
No, I think I agree with you. I think okay. I understand where you're coming from, that it could sound egotistical, but I think in your case specifically, I have heard a lot of people talk about your appearance. Worry about it.
So and it's on so many different levels. Like it's a peer group that are same or similar age as me. It's people that are younger than me and people that are older than me. And it's normally like, okay, your peer group will say things, or people who are younger than you will say things, or your peer group and people who are older than you will say things. But it just seems as though like every situation I'm in, someone has some fucking kind of opinion that they want to vocalize about how I look. And like, sometimes I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to right now? And they're like, or I'm just like, is that why you care about what I look like? Why do you care about what I look like? And this can be in a good or a bad light. All right. Because if I kind of dress bummy, or, however you want to call it, maybe that's not the best term to use, but if I kind of dress more like relaxed, people have something to say about it. But if I dress like, well, and I'm cleaned up in terms of my wardrobe, then people are like, looking sharp today, looking fresh. I'm like, all right. And then, if I juxtapose it very next day, just because I'm curious, I'm like, is it the same people saying the same things? And they have a comment on it the other way. You're looking so comfortable, looking so, whatever. I'm like, oh, I think it's because I'm just so like different looking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't dress like most people. I don't walk like most people. I don't like talk like most people. I don't know. And I don't look like most people. I'm not gonna shave my mustache because you tell me to. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do, exactly how I want to do it, whichever way I want to do it. Look as clean or as messy as I want to look in whatever scenario I want to be. I don't I do not care. And I think people like are drawn to that. They're just like, this dude just so doesn't care. And then I guess it's like respected in some kind of weird way. I don't know.
I think it's a lot about the profession you chose to. I think you surround yourself with people who.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, because this happened well before that.
Okay. Huh? Well, there goes that. Here's another thing that I was curious about. Pivot. This was a question that I had in my brain also. Do you get these comments from like your family circle?
My family circle. Like what? Like my brothers and like my parents, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be like beard's getting long, or whatever.
Sure.
Like, they won't say like,
but it's not in the same way that you're describing.
No. It's not in the same way. And it's not like yeah, no, it's not in the same way. Like maybe my brother would be like, dude, your hair is super long, because like we had seen me in a while. He's like, you got so long you can put it in a bun. That's crazy. But then we're moving on to the next.
Sure.
But I think some of them kind of dress different than the general population,
That's fair.
Like typical dude, like dress business casual, whatever, would be like slacks, tuck them bitches in, fucking button down shirt, tuck that bitch in, fucking loafers, If I want to wear sneakers though, guess what? I'm gonna wear sneakers. If I want to wear some, I don't know, different color shoes, I'm gonna wear some different color shoes. If I don't want to tuck my shirt in, I'm not gonna tuck my shirt in. I don't know. But that's my thought of the week. So do you agree that people seem to care about what I look like a little more than
I would agree with that.
Normal? Okay.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. It's unique because I feel like on a daily basis you do dress yourself up, literally not literally like dress up, but like you dress yourself up differently, like every day, just depending on the thing. I could see how, like, especially knowing where you work, it being talked about from, coworkers or, students, right? Like you're a teacher. So like,
wait, I am?
Yeah. Well, wait, you
That's
didn't?
crazy.
Yikes. Because like I was thinking while you were saying that, I was thinking about it. And if I know what you're laughing about.
Just see,
yeah.
Get the cop stash.
Get the cop stash.
It's so long right now.
Dude, anyway. You should. What was I saying? Oh, in my line of work, like if I was working in person, I think you would fit into the office.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know what I mean? I feel like you'd get less comments or like looks. Something else I was thinking about too is like I feel like we're in an age where that's starting to become looks and how you present yourself is starting to be redefined.
I agree. Well, probably in the 80s they said that shit too, but
sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we do music stuff, right?
Yeah. What?
Same thing happens. The same thing happens like when we're teaching drums. And the same thing was happening when I marched too. So it's just like it's been so like oddly I don't even know the word, like consistent, I guess, throughout all the different lines of shit that I do. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway,
it is weird. I do agree with that. It is pretty funny. I do agree with that analysis.
Okay, just making sure I'm not egomaniac insane.
Nah. Well, you might be. This isn't the reason though.
Yeah, I am, but not for that reason. Yeah. Damn.
But no, that's funny. It's a good thought of the week.
Thanks.
I get it.
Well, anyway, how'd you like our first live, Sean?
That was fun. I liked it. I'm glad we had some interaction in the chat.
Yeah, man.
I was appreciative.
Yeah, before this, by the way, if you're still here, I was just like, yo, are you trying to do live tonight? And Sean was like, I sure, whatever. I don't know. So here we went. It's I think
we kind of jumped in.
Went for it. We're probably gonna rename the episode, after the fact. But I think this thing's just gonna upload like not right away, but pretty soon it'll be like uploaded and it's just there on the channel. So
yeah, I think you'll be able to watch it after this.
Dude, maybe every 40, 50, 60, 70. We'll just do a live on every zero at the end of
Every
the
zero.
number.
It's pretty good. We're coming up on 52 pretty soon, and that's 52 weeks, which
that's a fucking year, bro.
A year.
Damn.
It's a year, bro. We will have been doing this thing for a year, which is pretty crazy.
That's crazy as fuck. Well, if you're not subscribed, go ahead. Oh God, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. All right. If you weren't here at the beginning, I gave 3 welcomes to people who were here, not subscribed, and then those who were patrons on the Patreon, right, for the pre-show party and the deep dives that are coming in the future months.
Yes.
So there's 3 tiers to the Patreon, right? Your best buddy, old pal, that's the middle tier. I don't know why I started with that one. Your best acquaintance, that's the lowest tier. We still love you, and then your best friend, of course, is the top tier. Because who doesn't want to be your best friend?
Who doesn't?
That's all I got to say about that.
That's what I like. Like, favorite. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I don't know why
I don't think favorite. It's a thing anymore.
Like and subscribe. Send it to your friends. Leave a comment. Nathan Marty says, love the live format. Do more. So we should definitely
do more. All right. Anyone else want us to do more?
Ask and you shall receive. I did just realize I don't know how I'm going to put this thing on Spotify, but we'll figure that out.
You know what? We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. We'll figure it out. Oh, he's getting the nod.
All right. Heard. All right. So I got to wrap it up real quick. So, all right. It's been your best friends, man. It's been Austin and
it's Sean. We love you.
All righty. We love you.